tea time chat session on behalf of the Octagon Music Hub. These are supported by Somerset Music and Dorset Music Service as well. The sessions are being led by our lead schools, of which there are 12 across the Dorset and Somerset County, and they are supporting the work of the Music Hub. And part of that is these little tea time sessions about practical activity in the classroom. Today's being led by Julia Hurley from Coombe St Nicholas School, one of our lead schools, and Julia also works for Somerset Music. And today's an exciting one because it's practical and it's all about music in the early years. So I'm going to hand straight over to Julia.
Join with me. This is a nice starter. Children really love it. The musical skills they're practicing are anticipation, communication. I let them decide when to start R-ing and pinging after a few times. They're performing it. Whoever starts the ping or the R is performing that for everybody to follow. So someone can take leadership. This is copycat. Copycat, copycat, sitting on the doormat. Copy me, copycat, copycat, sitting on the doormat. Shoulders, copycat, copycat, sitting on the doormat. Copycat, copycat, sitting on the doormat. Anyone got another move? Copycat, copycat, sitting on the doormat. Copycat, copycat, sitting on the doormat. Any more? Copycat, copycat, sitting on the doormat. Copycat, copycat, sitting on the doormat. Copycat, it's getting children to move to a steady beat and take leadership by deciding on the movements that they make and then moving creatively. This one is high-low, chick-a-low. High-low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low. High-low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low. High-low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low. High-low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low. High. Children are matching the pitches that you're singing. They are notating those pitches in the air. This is middle, chick, and then it's a lower one. And high, low, chick. Sorry. And you could also do it with your friend. You could hold your friend in the air. It's everyone got a cat there. Hold your hand. Off we go. High, low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low. High, low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low, high. This could progress to a more creative movement or dance where the children are moving around the room with their puppets, cuddly toys, dolls, friends. It could also progress to a partner hand clapping game where children are clapping each other's hands in pairs, or even in a circle. High, high, low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low. High, low, chick-a-low, chick-a-low, high. That's next to them. It's arms high, arms low. Arms high, arms low. Roll the ball to Nicola. Arms high, arms low. Roll the ball to Nicola chooses a person. Joe. Arms high, arms low. roll the ball two. When Jo sings the name of a person, she is then practicing her solo singing in a non-pressurized, kind of non-obvious way. So one of the objectives of this song is solo singing, pitch matching, pitch notation. Again, the children are drawing a pitch shape. Arms high, high pitch, arms low. And also they have to control the duration. If they're sat in a circle, as they roll the ball across the circle, the idea is that they don't ping it really fast, but that they make the roll of the ball last for the length of the name. Roll the ball to Nicola. So there's an extra element there. And next is engine, engine. It's a chant. Get our train wheels going. Engine, engine, coloured black, going slowly down the track. Engine, engine, coloured green, fastest train I've ever seen. You can add train noises, choo choo. You can add anything you like. You can get the children to add things. Let's do it one more time, maybe a bit slower. Engine, engine, coloured black, going slowly down the track. Engine, engine, coloured green, fastest train I've ever seen. So children are moving in time to the beat. They are responding to changes in tempo, speed, and eventually different children can take the lead by being at the front of the train, being the driver. Still on a train theme. This is Cheerful Train. Here it is, the cheerful train has come to take us off to town. Listen to the whistle blow, the cheerful train is slowing down. Again, children are responding to tempo change, but it's a gradual change in tempo rather than a sudden one. Let's do it once again. Here it is, the cheerful train has come to take us off to town. Listen to the whistle blow, the cheerful train is slowing down. And that can work with instruments as well. If you've got an early years instrument, if you've got some sticks, you've got a shaker, drums, and it's quite a nice way to get children playing together, moving around with their instruments. Off we go. Here it is, the cheerful train has come to take us off to town. Listen to the whistle blow, the cheerful train is slowing down. You can have all sorts of different instruments getting on and off the train. So that you can introduce the names of the instruments without being too teachery about it. Also, it's good to get children off the train from time to time if you need to, if they need a rest. Let's do Jack in the Box next. So if you start curled up small, and we'll grow up tall. Jack in the box, Jack in the box, jump up tall. Jack in the box, Jack in the box, curl down small. Jack in the box, Jack in the box, jump up tall. Jack in the box, Jack in the box, curl down small. Grab your teddy. Jack in the box, Jack in the box, jump up tall. Jack in the box, Jack in the box, curl down small. You could also use a scarf if you've got one. And move a bit more creatively then. Jack in the box, Jack in the box, jump up tall. Jack in the box, Jack in the box, curl down small. If you ever use a parachute or a lycra sheet, it can either be that the staff hold onto the lycra sheet and sort of the children are underneath and they get pushed down, made to curl down small, especially if they need some help with that. And then as a parachute lifts, jump up tall, the children can jump up tall underneath it. Or if you're feeling adventurous and you've got well-behaved children, you put a character on top of the lycra or scarf in between two, and the character, it looks a bit like roadkill. I should have thought a bit more clear, a bit better about the choice for badger. So the animal could be going up tall and down small. And then the children are drawing the pitches in the air, as well as pitch matching, and also controlling the duration. The idea is that they gradually grow up tall and gradually curl down small, controlling those movements to match each line. Okay. I've got another chant. If you find your friend, gonna give them a cuddle because it's nap time. It's a nice relaxing one. And we're going to rock them in time. Here is the baby, ready for a nap. Lay them down in daddy's lap. Cover them up so they don't peep and rock them gently till they sleep. That's quite nice in combination with a scarf. Oops, if you've got one to cover them up. And it's a nice calming one. You could also do this one with your fingers. So put your say bye to Teddy, speaking now. It can be a coordination activity as well. Here is the baby, ready for a nap. Lay them down in mummy's lap. Cover them up so they don't peep and rock them gently till they sleep. I think the recommendation is for really small children, sort of 3 years old, have to use kind of 70% chants, 30% singing in a music session, and then gradually increase that. But it depends on your group and how much singing they've done, how they respond to things. But I think it's good to have some chants in with your songs. So it's another one of those. While we're on kind of relaxing lullaby type songs, I've got Swing Me Over the Water. So if you want to pick up your sleepy Teddy again, we can swing them. Swing me over the water, swing me over the sea, swing me over the garden wall, swing me home for tea. So you're moving to a beat, again, matching the pitches. You can make it more flowy and creative with a scarf. Swing me over the water, swing me over the sea, swing me over the garden wall, swing me home for tea. You've got enough scarves for children to have one in each hand, and I think that stimulates the whole body to move a bit more. And you can also, if you want to make it more of an exciting song, and you've got a parachute or a lycra, or children can work in pairs, then I think I just need to find my badger again. There we go. The badger looks like roadkill. You go on the top of the parachute or the scarf, and you can swing them to sleep. Swing over the water, swing over the sea, swing over the garden wall, swing home for tea. Then wake them up down at the bottom of the deep blue sea, catching fishes for my tea. How many fishes will there be? 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's easier to when there's children around the opposite sides. That works better, and then they're anticipating the moment where they throw the sleeping animal or dolly
up in the air. And they're then having to move between the kind of fast-paced, exciting, the throw's coming, fish is in the water, fish is in the sea, we all jump up with a 1, 2, 3, back to swimming over the water. So it's quite good for moving between different characters, finding that self-control, hoping to find the self-control. And there's another one. Fish, did we say down at the bottom of the deep blue sea? There's the other variation that I've got of that is just fish is in the water, fish is in the sea. We all jump up with a 1, 2, 3. Slightly simpler. If you've got, I mean, a ball or a beanbag or some roadkill or a cuddly toy, it doesn't matter what you've got. We're just going to pass it from hand to hand for the next one. But you can also do this in a circle or between partners. Partners is maybe more manageable if you've got a smaller space. This is hot potato. Hot potato, pass it on. Hot potato, pass it on. Hot potato, pass it on. Get rid of that hot potato. So in a circle, you can roll the potato ball across the floor. Probably safest to have a ball that you roll across the floor rather than throwing it. If you've got partners, they can throw it to each other. If you've got a parachute, you could slide the thing across the parachute or the lycra. Should we just do it one more time? Off we go. Hot potato, pass it on. Hot potato, pass it on. Hot potato, pass it on. Get rid of that hot potato. And still keeping with the passing the ball theme, either between, this one is best for the circle, really. You start by passing it along the circle and see who it lands on. This is Dan, the funny wee man, washed his face in a frying pan, combed his hair with the leg of a chair. Dan, the funny wee man. Whoever's left holding the ball or the beanbag is then Dan, and Dan goes to stand in the middle of the circle, and Dan has to try and stay far away from the ball while everybody passes it on. So Dan's in the middle. Dan, the funny wee man, washed his face in a frying pan, combed his hair with the leg of a chair. Dan, the funny wee man. Dan freezes still. Whoever's holding the ball can roll it at Dan's feet, but not throw it. And if their ball touches Dan's feet, they're Dan. They're in the middle. And everyone wants to be Dan, even though he combed his hair with the leg of a chair and is a funny wee man. Everyone wants to be Dan. What have I got next? So if you've got a scarf, that would be fab. This is it involves a bit of drama, and the more everybody knows the song, the more dramatic it can get. But oh, you silly things, you've dropped your scarves, they're all muddy, oh, they're all dirty, oh yuck, it's time to wash them. So wash them under the tap. It's a good vocal warm up. There's a tap, shh, turn the tap up, and keep scrubbing them. And wash them again. Think of what, I don't know, water sound, washing sound. And then it's time to hang them out to dry. The wind is blowing on the washing line. The wind is blowing on the washing line. The wind is blowing on the washing line. This is what we do while our washing. Scrunch and 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 oh no, it's fallen in a puddle again. Time to wash it up. So it goes on, and I think this game can easily last for an hour. Just keep playing it till you're not the only one tired of it. up to it. That's the wind is blowing. Eventually, you'll probably find that the children start hiding under their scarves. So here's a song for when that happens. That's quite good for, again, getting children to perform and anticipate and solo. Where is Nicola with shine? Where is Nicola? Peter. Woo! Where is Julia with shine? Where is Julia? Peter. Woo! Etc. Variation on that. Oh, can I remember the words because I didn't write it down? No, I'll come back to that. There's another one. Then you can change the words anyway, so that you're saying something like, I'm Mrs. Hurley, who are you? And maybe, I'm a bride, I see you, or I'm a ghost, peekaboo. You can change the words or make it match something that you're learning about. Oh, so I brought Rabbit along. So Rabbit's really special, and she hides in her lettuce, and she peeps. And once so maybe I'd put some music on. So put on a track that I want the children to listen to really silently, and they'll listen if they listen really silently, then Broccoli Bunny will start to peep. And they always listen silently. And then when she's out and everybody wants to touch her because she's so soft and everyone wants to say hello, she'll come and say hello to you if you sing to her. So if she goes up to somebody, she might say, I am Rabbit, who are you? If I say, I am Julia, I see you, she might shake hands with you. Or let you give her a pat or something. So again, it's a really good one for solo singing. We could just sing. If I sing the Rabbit, and then you can sing your part. Do that. I am Rabbit. Who are you? I am Julia. I see you. Again, solo singing without self-consciousness. Is a point of Rabbit. I've got loads of puppets. I've got Simon, who I quite like because he opens his mouth to sing, to show them the children should sing, and also because everyone likes looking at Simon and listen to him more than they enjoy listening to me. Happens. I quite often use Simon to teach a song, so I'll sing a line, children sing it back when they see Simon. So here's my Making a Circle song, for example. Make a circle, turn, big and round. Make sure no one's inside. Make no sound. I teach all of my the songs where children have to listen and repeat back using Simon or Squeaky, the pink and yellow version. So puppets are really good for teaching new songs line by line. We've got three more. Is that okay, Nicola? Okay. So if you want to use instruments, here's some songs that everyone can perform together without too much teaching. There's a song for you've just got one instrument, maybe you've got one special instrument, you haven't got a class set. Everyone sits in a circle and teacher starts off. Listen, listen, here I come. Someone special gets the drum. Walk round the circle so that you're moving your feet, time to the beat, and then the next child gets a drum. Listen, listen, here I come. Someone special gets the drum. The child have been walking around the circle, whoever they're next to, they give the drum to. You can assess which children can keep the musical beat or can walk to the beat during this activity. So you can watch who can do that solo. There's Peter taps with one hammer. It works really well for rhythm sticks or untuned percussion.
Peter taps with one hammer, one hammer, one hammer. Peter taps with one hammer this fine day.
I'll just sing it again without the instrument in case it's easier to hear the words.
Peter taps with two hammers, two hammers, two hammers. Peter taps with two hammers this fine day.
You can keep adding hammers, and then I've done that with rhythm sticks where the children are in groups and they have to organise that there's one hammer and then there's two and then there's three, so they have to do a bit of communicating between themselves and structure a performance with the correct number of hammers. But you might find other ways of using that. And then almost finally, A Sailor Went to Sea. It's quite good for the instruments playing together, and also if you've got tuned instruments like boom whackers, or this works with ukuleles if they're tuned as well, or chime bars. It sounds quite nice. So
a sailor went to sea, to see what they could see, but all that they could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea.
Finally, when I get children to be creative with instruments, I take the structure of music shops, and there are shopkeepers in different corners of the room with different instrument groups, and I set the rule for staff in the room that they're not allowed to talk, because it's always the teachers that are allowed to talk. It's not fair. So the teachers aren't allowed to talk, only the children are allowed to talk and play, and then the teachers or the shopkeepers can only copy the children. So I get a willing child to come and be a child who's visiting a shop at the front, and then everything they do I copy. So maybe if Nicola, you copy roughly what I do with your shaker. There are infinite variants with all the instruments, things you'd have never thought of doing with instruments. I just accept them all and copy all of them. I'll copy this, I'll copy anything, and all the staff in the room have to copy as well. That tends to work quite nicely because the children gravitate towards a member of staff. They listen to each other and take it in turns to quite organically to follow different leaders, or they just kind of play together as an ensemble in time to a beat. But it's quite noisy, so you spread the music shops around in your space, including outside and inside. And if you think it's a really small space, or the children will be really really sensitive to that sound, you can have scarf shop or a puppet shop, and then that takes away quite a large amount of the sound as children go and play in other shops. And also it might just be that moving to music is their thing more than making the sounds anyway. So that's that for early years music songs.
Thank you very much, Julia. I love that little practical session, and I got lots of new songs I can use now. Great. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for everybody on the call as well, and I hope you can take back and even share with colleagues in your school and use them, get using them, because it's lovely, really lovely songs. Thank you, Julia, and thank you for everyone for coming along today.
Thank you.